in now, and then I'll take a little break. I'll look to one side, and then I'll swing in to do the intro and everything. So
Gotcha.
It's I found it's the best way that I can find something to cut off, and instead of trying to go that little bit to do it. So
Yeah, no worries.
welcome to the Stream Lounge. Today we have Captain Sexy on the stream. On the stream, sorry, I'm talking like I'm on stream. On the podcasters with us today. Welcome in.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you very much for having me. Honor to be on the Streamer Lounge.
On the Streamer Lounge. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I'm glad you agreed to come on. Captain's also just hit 1K followers, I believe, not long ago on your Twitch channel.
Yeah, just the other day. Big milestone. Delighted with it. It was something I kind of had in mind to try to hit around just before the new year, and we hit it literally just after. So we hit it. So.
No, that's good. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through some icebreaker questions, the usual sort of stuff, and then the big one at the end is the quiz, where people they either shine or they just absolutely crumble. The high score so far is 12. You'll have 2 minutes, and we'll go through all the we'll do it at the end. But that's where where the people, like I say, either shine or they just crumble under the pressure. So, but we'll go through the icebreaker questions. We always like to do a few icebreaker questions to start off. So, most used emoji in your phone?
Oof, probably the laughing face with like the tears coming out of it.
Yeah,
because I'm very lazy writing back, so I just like send an emote rather than writing back. I absolutely hate sending messages and texting. I just cannot be arsed.
No, that out of the ones I've done so far, that's probably the most popular one. So, let's have a look. When you wake up in the morning, what app do you open first?
Oof. Probably these days TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably TikTok these days.
That's a new one. No. I've seen your TikToks. I do follow you on there as well. So it's some good content on there. So, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. So, where are we? Most used emote on Twitch, and it can be your own as well. A little bit of self promo. Who don't like that?
most used emote on Twitch. Yeah, probably my own one. The one I'd use the most probably is the one with me in like a fire face, like kind of in a rage emote of myself, because I tend to get angry a lot. Every day.
Hey, that's what gaming's about as well, though. And your intro as well, when people do your other bits as well.
they break my heart.
If you had 25 hours in a day, what would you do with the extra hour?
Probably waste more time browsing through and watching other people on Twitch.
Aye, that's a good one. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with helping other streamers out. Their content. And final one, tea or coffee?
Oh, coffee all day. Coffee all day.
Love it. Yeah. Milk, sugar?
Nah, I
used
to take a pure black, no sugar, but I'm starting to add the odd little bit of milk into it again once in a while. But if I'm having like an espresso, you know those like Nespresso coffees?
Yeah.
If I'm one of them, I just have a straight black. I won't like add any milk. But if I'm having like just a regular like instant coffee, I'll probably splash some milk in.
That's good. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not a massive drinker of either. Definitely not coffee. Just never got the taste.
Yeah.
Of it, but anyway.
They say that sociopaths only drink their coffee black, apparently. So
hey.
So I don't know what that says about me now.
Right, so I always like the icebreaker questions. I always do. Right, we're going to go. Obviously, most of the time on Twitch there is just chatting and everything, but a lot of the time we're there for games and gameplay. What I like to find out is a bit about how you got started into gaming, what your first game console and stuff like that. So, what was do you remember your first game console you ever had or played on, and what sort of games did you remember playing?
Yeah, so the first game console I would have been the PS1. Like I've never had like the Xbox or any other consoles. I've always been just the kind of the Sony guy. So PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. So I haven't got the 5 yet. I can't get my hands on it. But first game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was trying to think of this Yeah, lucky you, eh? Lucky you. I stayed up all night trying to snag one. I just can't. I'm on like a waiting list, and I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm kind of giving up hope in it. But first game, I remember what the game was, but I can't remember what the name of it. It was some sort of kind of fighting game. But games I remember at PS1 were like what was that? No, it was Parappa the Rapper or something like
All
that.
right. Okay.
Do you
It's
remember
not. No, I
you
can't
remember?
remember. No. I don't think I played
I
that.
think yeah, I think if you look it up, it's on YouTube. It's like one of the first ones. And then I
Right.
think I also played the Spice Girls game
All
on
right.
PS1. I don't know why. I don't know why my parents got me that, but maybe it wasn't for me. But I just remember I had the Spice Girls game on PS1. And then it was just your kind of normal ones. I can't remember what other games were on PS1, to be perfectly honest.
No.
Yeah, but I remember like the old Grand Theft Auto where like it was like the aerial version,
Yeah.
like the 2D.
Yeah. Look down on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I played that. I can't remember if that was no, that might have been PS2. I'm not
Might have
100%
been.
sure.
Yeah. They sort of
Yeah.
cross over
But,
at some point. So.
yeah. But that would have been like my first experience. Like I've always been ever since the PS1 came out, I've always been big into game and always loved
Yeah.
it. I always loved playing with stuff like that.
Yeah, I always go back to my one that I can remember. The first console I had was a Sega Mega Drive, so I'm just playing on that. Things
Yeah.
like Streets of Rage and stuff like that. But I have been a
That's
PlayStation
it.
guy for. I've got them all, so I'm
Yeah.
fortunate to have them all as well, especially the PS5. So.
Oh man. A lot of my friends had the Sega Mega Drive and they'd always play like the likes of like Sonic and all those like Street Fighter games. I never got one myself though. It's always kind of the strict with just the PS.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So obviously that. Do you ever remember your first game that you remember sort of playing for hours that you sort of just time just sort of went? Like for me, mine was, and I've mentioned it before on previous ones, was like things like Assassin's Creed games. I can remember just sitting there and all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 hours are gone, and I'm like, "Where's that?"
Yeah, yeah. Oh Jesus. I remember one. Me and my friend used to always rent it out. I can't remember what it was. It was like a Star Wars game. We'd just sit there and like play the storyline for hours and hours and hours. But I remember like the first game I played multiplayer wise. I remember when I got introduced to this whole multiplayer aspect of gaming, where like you could actually go and play with other people online.
Yeah.
People, it blew my mind. My friend introduced me to it, and it was Ghost Recon 2.
Okay.
And oh my god, I think it was on PS. I guess it could have been PS4, PS3. I think it was. But oh my god, Jesus Christ, was that was just a whole door opening for me, and I would spend all night just playing it. I got into like competitions with it. I got onto like serious online game with it. Yeah, that's what kind of opened up the door for all like multiplayer game. And ever since that, I just don't play single player games anymore or campaign. It's just strictly multiplayer games only now these days.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just in love with them.
Online, it opened up a world, and it a world of hours spent grinding the games and stuff like that. So, I know you do. I know a little bit about what you play on now, but what have you got a current games console, or are you a PC more?
Kind of mix of both. So I've got the PS4 still, but it's on its last leg. So the only kind of thing I play on PS4 now would be FIFA. That's literally the only thing. I would have played Warzone and stuff like that on the PS4, but when I got the PC, I moved that, kind of integrated that over to the PC. So I played like COD and all on the PC, but then still the FIFA, as I said, on the console. That's the only thing I play on. I might play Rocket League on console as well. The odd time. That's about it.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Rocket League. Yeah, I love a bit of Rocket League as well. Yeah. And streaming it as well. It's always good. So,
it is.
So, what would you say at the moment is your current favourite game that you play, or is it still just a mixture of like a couple?
I kind of only base myself around 2 games because if I'm ones I'm kind of comfortable and enjoy playing. Still like FIFA and Warzone would be the kind of 2 I'd mainly be focusing on. I've kind of ventured into other games. Like I tried Cyberpunk, which is like the single player game, but it didn't captivate me. It's just not my style. It's just quite slow and lethargical for me. It's just not the way I like to kind of play my games these days. I kind of like fast paced kind of action and just kind of straightforward objective, like FIFA, just play, score goals, but obviously it takes skill. I don't like this kind of go over to this island, find the key that brings you over to another island, and then like unlock the key there and chop down stones for 20 minutes. It's like, nah, it's not about. I like stuff that's kind of quick, fast.
No, that's what's great about gaming. It suits every sort of person, doesn't it? Effectively. So
exactly.
So we're going to go a bit into streaming and sort of what tell us first of all what sort of got you into streaming. What was the first sort of inspiration? Did you watch a little bit of Twitch before? Did you watch a bit of Facebook or what sort of got you interested in streaming yourself?
Yeah, so like I would watch it a lot, but I'd never like participate, or like I was never part of the community. I was just always a kind of lurker, as I still kind of am today. Like I still pop into channels and I don't really like kind of get involved in the chat, like, which I probably should, but I never do. It's kind of like watching. I sit back and watch it kind of thing. And I did it a lot. I watched a lot of like FIFA people, like hashtag Harry, Tex, this is their hashtag Harry, Tex, hashtag Tom. A lot of the kind of main FIFA players I'd sit back and watch. Then like Call of Duty players like Symphony, kind of Nate, Shah, Tifu, and all this kind of things that I just always enjoy it. And then I think as kind of lockdown prevailed, I kind of had more time in my hands, and like I've always kind of liked the idea of, I was like, yeah, that's like, I'd always kind of like, yeah, this would be kind of something like I'd enjoy doing. And then I was like, I think one day I just said, fuck it, let's kind of go for it. And I just got myself an Elgato capture card. I set everything up, but oh my god, like it's you think just setting up an Elgato, like your capture card, boom, you're ready to go. Oh my god, it's
not.
Yeah, and then suddenly you dive into a world which you just did not know was
Tell me about it.
Yeah, you just end up going down rabbit holes of stuff, and it's crazy. Like you can have, I don't know, it's just mental the amount of money you can end up spending on certain equipment and things like that, and then it's just bonkers, and then it's all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's not just the money though. Sometimes, is it? It's the software that you can get into, and the free software that's about.
Yeah,
I mean, you know a bit about what I do as well, and the sort of stuff, and you do a lot of interactive stuff on your channel as well. And it's just the stuff you can get now that's free is just is unbelievable. People who come into my channel know what I can do, and I'm always trying to do little bits of different new bits. In fact, I've set up a new bit today as well, so that might happen if it ever comes to that point. But I won't divulge too much. But it's always developing and changing your channel, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and it's trying to, like, you're never fully satisfied. You never hit a point where it's like, grand, that's it. I'm kind of just gonna leave everything the way it is, and that's my channel complete, and that's it. We just kind of turn the PlayStation on or PC on, and boom, everything's there. You're always kind of like looking at new things to kind of implement, or kind of doors of creativity, because there's like once you kind of understand the kind of the OBS and the creativity side of it, it's kind of like an possibility of how you can kind of string 2 or 3 different kind of plugins together to create your own kind of unique feature on your stream. And it's pretty much just brainstorming ideas you can get. Then you see other people adding stuff, and you're like, oh, that'd be good on my stream. You play around with that, and you add it in, and then you're just never fully satisfied. You're like, no, this can always be better. This can always be better, and it's kind of like an addiction in a way. You're just kind of constantly looking for something else to improve, and it can absolutely mess with your head. Like it's I just wish I was one of those streamers which was just strictly absolutely like in the top 1% of gaming, and all I have to do is stick a webcam on, turn my computer on, and that's it. People just sit there, just watch me go, and you pull in like 10,000 viewers. You literally don't have to do anything, but unfortunately, so we gotta say it otherwise.
But I think I've had this discussion with a few other streamers as well, though. I think if you were like, I don't think if I was ever at that point, which I know I'd never be gaming wise, I don't think I would still want to develop my stream. I want people to interact and do more and more stuff. And then I think if you're stuck still, then you're never really gonna. I'd find it boring to me. I can sit and watch some of them big streamers, but I get bored watching them sometimes. I like to watch the people like your stream, or and I'll mention him because he's the one who's helped me do a lot. Is Andy Lippy? He's done a lot for my stream as well. So and people like Exceldro who do all the plugins. So if it weren't for them sort of people, we wouldn't do a lot of the stuff we do. So
I agree, and it's like, especially in this kind of realm where more and more people are kind of getting the streaming every day. It is like the barriers of entry are quite low. You can literally just turn your PlayStation off and click the stream button, and boom, there you go, you're up and running. The barriers of entry is so low, so it is kind of like trying to make yourself stand out from the crowd an awful lot, and that's why it is important about kind of making sure your stream is kind of in tip-top shape. And when you do put the work in behind the scenes, it does pay off as well, like in the long term or even in the short term. It's always gonna
Yeah,
picture.
definitely. So, we've partly mentioned it. Tell us a little bit about your channel. What's your channel sort of not based around? I would never like to say that because that limits it. But what do you like to do on your stream?
Yeah, I like having a bit of I kind of like the interaction with the chat and I kind of turn on. I don't really have a plan what I'm gonna do. I kind of go what the vibe is gonna be. So like sometimes if the chat is super active, we'll just be kind of like messing around, going from scene to scene, just kind of chat memeing me to bits. And then there's days I'm like, look, we'll play some games, we do that. So it's kind of just a mix of we're never like strictly just playing games. It's just a mix of kind of just chatting, having kind of creating like a fun atmosphere, kind of community, just providing really good content and entertainment, or as I like to say, just putting on a goddamn show.
Oh
And
yeah, definitely a show.
yeah, so it's pretty much just God putting on a show. Be it if we're doing it here, we're just kind of messing around this kind of area, and people are just kind of, as I said, memeing me with all my redeems, as I seen them do on your channel a lot of time as well.
Yeah.
Or we kind of go into the games and we take the kind of show across there. We try to make some pretty good content playing Warzone or FIFA and stuff like that. So it's just kind of a mix of that. It's nothing too crazy or.
No.
Then, in the sense of we're just strictly doing one or the other, we try kind of create that variety.
Amongst
kind
of that's it's what it's about, isn't it? That's why I like your channel, because like I say, there's no strict sort of outline of what you're going to do. You've got an idea what you might want to do, but it's independent on what happens in the chat. So
exactly.
That's what's good about it. So. Where is it? So, where do you see your channel sort of going in the future? Have you got any sort of, not everybody, because I know I personally don't, but have you got any sort of plans or any ideas of growth or anything like that? Or are you just going to see how it goes?
It's one of those things, like, you obviously I think like everyone wants to see their channel grow and progress, get bigger and bigger. The pace of it, some people grow faster than the other, so it's kind of important you're not looking at other streamers similar to yourself and how their progression, because everyone's growth is different. It's just maybe where I see myself going, I don't know, like I'm kind of trying to format content in a way. So I think every Sunday we're trying to do the kind of hangout, as I did there the first one last Sunday, like sexy talk, where we get a guest on and stream. I think at the moment it's gonna be kind of, because I'm obviously in part of that kind of wrestling community, we're gonna get different wrestlers on and just kind of hang out for like 2 hours, just have fun, tell stories, and then kind of leaves the other 2 days. Maybe one day we just have kind of a gaming day, and the other days is kind of, as I said, just kind of a chatting day. So it's just kind of mixing up the content, that kind of side of things. But it's just kind of trying to find, well, I don't know, it's all just kind of about growth. Kind of all depends on how you get your channel out there. Like Twitch itself is so hard to get your channel promoted and so you kind of got to shout and scream with other platforms to kind of go, hey, I'm over here, come over here and watch me. And I'm kind of trying to do that more so on TikTok. I know yourself, you're kind of ventured into YouTube as well as TikTok. So you are kind of approach as well, which is very smart. But kind of it's hard to say where you want your channel to be, because you just don't know. But I guess just kind of, as long as it just kind of seeing it, just keep a steady pace of growth, and just as long as it's growing and it's not going backwards, look, that's what's the main thing at the end of the day.
No,
I'm happy.
I mean, TikTok is a massive one recently as well. A lot of people say go there because it's the quick, short, sharp stuff. And I've seen some of your TikToks as well, and they're edited well. That's always a good way of doing it, because it's hard to edit like on here. I can edit it and it's all in the right 1080p sort of format, but when you edit a TikTok, you've got to do, if you're going to do it on a computer, I've looked into it, and you've got to do all the different there's a bit more editing to it to get it into the frame. So
I think TikTok's a great platform for getting your channel out there, because I think YouTube is quite tricky. I think you can have a really, really YouTube video, but it's hard to get traction, because YouTube people are there and they're watching videos that are like half an hour, 10 minutes long. Where TikTok, you could watch 100 videos in the space you watch one YouTube video. The idea people see it, the kind of the formality of people seeing your video odds against seeing it on YouTube is a lot higher. And it tends to be like, as well, if it kind of gets traction, it would tend to kind of steamroll pretty fast if it is good and stuff. So I think TikTok at the moment is definitely the way to go. It's more.
No, that's good. So I like to talk about sort of because we're obviously in a COVID world, and we're all in lockdown. A lot of places are in lockdown. So I like to talk a bit about pre-COVID, or even say say in this magical world that we're out of COVID, what would you like to do outside of gaming? I think you partly mentioned it, but outside of gaming and streaming sort of life, I know you mentioned wrestling. Is that what you're doing? 'Cause I do know a little bit, but just so
yeah. So wrestling was kind of my hobby before kind of COVID kind of kicked off and kind of put it in the back seat for a while. So that kind of that took up a lot of my time. Like you could have weekends where you're away, days like it's show days, like pretty much a whole day work because you're there setting up the show, taking it down, bringing the equipment back and stuff. And then you're obviously training 2 or 3 times a week as well. So it's pretty much the same being on a football team in that sense. Like you're looking at training twice a week and then you have your match every Saturday or Sunday. But wrestling, you might only have the show once or twice a month and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. So yeah, that's what I kind of do. And then obviously I worked as well. So you're kind of balancing that and stuff like that. And then so it's mainly just work and kind of rest time. And then the odd little 5-a-side maybe with the people from the estate and things like that every once in a while on a Friday and things. So that's what I was kind of doing anyway, keep myself active. And it's kind of the routine I've been doing since 2016.
Right, okay,
I've enjoyed it, make good stories, meet great people, make good friends. So it's I was quite content with the way life was beforehand and stuff. So
COVID sort of put a nail into a lot of things at the moment. But it brings you into a different world, like we have like streaming and stuff like that. So and I think streaming's helped a lot of people, either if they're doing it themselves or watching them. So it's
exactly
it's been a good outlet for a lot of people, one way or another. So no, that's good. Right, we've come in to the main event. So bear with me 2 seconds. I've got to bring up a couple of bits. We're going to have the quiz. The quiz is we've got, I think the leader is currently on 12. That's Bexness. She got that, I think, a couple of episodes ago. I lose track of, I've done a few recordings. So, but we're going to go through, try and answer as many questions as you can. You've got 2 minutes. I will start the timer. And as soon as I start answering the question, that's when I asking the question.
And it is like general knowledge based,
they are going to be general knowledge. So I do tailor. There is going to be a few sort of Twitch based ones, and there are a few general knowledge. And I've tailored some to some of what either games you play or some stuff like. But you'll see. Right. So when I'll start asking it in. Right, here we go. Name 2 of the 4 criteria to become a Twitch affiliate.
Over 7 viewers average and over 50 followers.
What is the name of the head teacher in Roald Dahl's Matilda?
Oh, Mrs. Quaggenbottom or something like that.
No, Trunchbull. Amy Dumas is well known in wrestling by which name?
Lita.
Correct.
Lita.
What is the strongest sense in humans?
Smell.
Correct. How many Academy Awards did the 1994 film Forrest Gump win?
6.
Correct. What football club are nicknamed the Imps?
Ooh, pass.
Lincoln City. What's the capital city of Australia?
Canterbury. No, fuck. Pass.
It's Canberra. Name one of the 3 requirements needed to apply for Twitch partner.
75 viewers average.
That's fine. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, only need one. Yeah. Which wrestler has the most Royal Rumble wins?
Oh, Stone Cold.
Yeah, correct. How many fingers do Simpsons characters have?
4.
Correct. How many subs do I have on YouTube?
32.
102. Enchiladas originated from which country?
Mexico.
Correct. Catalina is a region of which country?
Italy.
Spain. In Foot Champs, how many wins do you need to get Elite 2?
20. Elite 2, 25.
Yeah, correct. Who's the only musician to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Oh, Liberace.
No, Bob Dylan. How many followers do you have on TikTok?
Myself, 312.
No, 317. That's the end. I'll let you answer that one. You got nine correct. That's not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
No, I think that's
Not bad.
joint second. Joint second. Bexness did absolutely unreal. So that's
Jesus.
going to be a hard one to beat. That she just flew through them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I like that quiz though.
yeah.
Cool.
No, I do. We do tailor. Well, I say we. I try and tailor them a little bit to what people know a little bit about. So it's not all completely. But yeah, no, I like to do it. But yeah, well, what we always do is we will drop all Captain's socials and all his links in the description. So definitely make sure you do check him out on Twitch. It is a laugh a minute on the stream, especially the 2-hour intro.
Yeah, minimum.
Minimum
Goes
2
on for
hours.
like 4 hours.
Minimum 2-hour intro. So again, thank you for coming on. It's been a good laugh.
Absolutely.
So and we will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
I'm good at waiting.